of protecting them. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
Thank you, Augustine. I gave you more than enough minutes. We'll come back to that. That was a wonderful submission. Thank you, sir. I'd like us to hear from Oga Chris before Black Panther. Oga Chris, it's good to have you on this show. Good evening to you, sir. Happy Father's Day. Talk to us.
Almost sir. Happy Father's Day to you, Mr. Nanjawat, and thank you for this opportunity. And let me wish everybody all over the world, every father, happy Father's Day. For me, I don't know how to categorize good or bad father. I just wish everybody happy Father's Day. If you are a father, if you have given birth, it's an opportunity for you. You know what you are doing, if you are good or not. But today is an opportunity for a rethink, for a repeat, for change of ways. I'll just stand on existing protocol to say good evening to everybody. Happy Sunday to you. Before you know it will be Monday again. Work begins. Mommy Diaspora, thank you so much for raising a father like Elvis. We can see everything about fatherhood in him. Thank you so much. And everybody listening to us from all over the world, good evening to you all. See, the problem of giving your submission late is that you are forced to deviate from maybe the things you initially wanted to say. The reason I say that is because of the submission of Ogasian. Beautiful, brilliant submission. But you see that part, Obasanjo, he's the problem we are facing in Nigeria today. Is he not the architect of this whole problem? This utter disregard for every institution, every single institution of our country. He started them, he created them. The NNPC thing, it was him that stopped having a minister of petroleum affairs. He said because he went to one country in the Caribbean and the president was also in charge of agriculture because agriculture was their mainstay. So he came, he replicated the same thing. So the reason I'm painting this story, you see the solution he proffered. When Tinubu wanted to do something that was not even up to what he proffered, what did he do? He stopped allocation to Lagos State all through Tinubu's tenure. Tinubu had to devise a means. And what was Tinubu even trying to do? In Lagos State has 20 local governments, and Kano and Jigawa, that were one state at the same time Lagos State was created. Between Kano and Jigawa, they had like 67 local governments, and Lagos still has 20. Now, Tinubu tried to create more local government area just for administrative purpose. Did Obasanjo not stop it? So when we say power is in the exclusive list, it is very critical. It is crucial. It is the core of the problem. Let's not wish it away. That is why you see things happening. How many times have people been complaining if you arrest Fulani herdsmen, you get a call from Abuja, leave them. The one that just happened in Kwara, why are we trying to assume that this thing didn't happen? That the National Security Advisor will harm Fulani militia with AK-47, sophisticated weapons, whereas the people in the state, the owners of the land, they are not given the same opportunity. And for Akeredolu, when Akeredolu started Amoteku, who were the people that opposed him? The same Fulani people, led by no other person than Malamu, Abubakar Malamu, SAN to Tinubu, who was the SAN and the Attorney General of the Federation under the Buhari's administration. And Bala Ahmed in Bauchi was echoing the same thing. They said they can't have anything to do with Amotekun. What about state police? Is it not the same problem we've been having with state police? Anytime you talk about state police, look at the lawmakers from the north, the politicians from the north. All their antennas are opened. They all want to oppose and they keep opposing because they don't want anything that takes away power from the central. Having said that, guys, see, we are talking today. Do you guys know that there's a document that was released by the politicians from the north? Now, if I say north, I don't mean the Hausa, the Bagis, the Nupe, the Birom, any other person. I'm talking about the Fulanis. 10 Fulani top politicians. They signed that document, Nigeria at a crossroad. And guess who was the first person on that list? Atahiru Jega, the same person that conducted the election, that brought in Buhari. And what was their grounds? What was in the document? It was all about insecurity, how the brigadier general was kidnapped, the everything. It was all about how the nation is drifting, how Tinubu is not paying attention to institutions. Exactly everything that Tinubu Buhari did, that they all keep quiet, they didn't say anything. Now they want to release that kind of a document. I didn't supposed to gather everybody in Nigeria, but the Fulanis not even paying attention to the people in the north, especially those guys in the middle belt that think that they are all the same. Just 10 of them, 10 top Fulani politicians. And in that communique that they released, they never blamed the terrorists. They not blamed the kidnappers. They didn't trace the origin of terrorism. How their brother Buhari brought terrorism to Nigeria. In short, all of them, in order to win an election. The whole blame was on the federal government, Nigeria, Nigeria, Nigeria. And the people causing the insecurity are people from their own stock. In that document, they didn't speak to their terrorist uncles, nephews, nieces, brothers and sisters, wives. They didn't speak to them. All they did was they were talking about the Fulanis. And talking about the Fulanis, who are really these people? Every day we've been talking about the Fulanis, and some people think it's a tribal thing. No, it's not. Since day one, I've been trying to talk about the Fulanis even before the 2023 elections. And I've continued that trajectory. The reason being very simple. Look at everything Nnamdi Kanu said then. All you needed to do is to sit down and listen. And I think some of us that believed in him then, before we are saying these things, we should get some credit. Because it was very difficult to sell his message then. People kept saying different things. Oh, Nigeria. Said, no, listen to what this man is saying. He was speaking to the Yorubas as if he saw the future. Like Ogananja was analyzing every single thing he said, how they were going to make Tinubu the president. He said, INEC will announce the result and you people cannot do anything. To the extent he mentioned that 2 years after Tinubu becomes the president, they will announce that Buhari is dead. They didn't say everything. And how did everything play out? Exactly the way he has portrayed everything he said in his prophecy. The question we should even be asking ourselves, is the prophecy over? What and what is remaining in that prophecy that has not been fulfilled? So that we can stop. But we are all pretending. Now I can even see some, especially then, when we talk about this issue, people will call in, some people in the comment section, no. But today, in a direct message, he spoke to the Yorubas. In a direct message, without mincing words, without sugarcoating, without talking in parables. He predicted how these guys are going to occupy their forest. Some people say every day you talk about the Fulani. Yes, which other tribe, which other ethnic nationality in Nigeria is committing this kind of havoc to the extent Buhari threw the borders open? Because that's what surprises me. And we all start behaving as if we are new. We don't know what's going on. Were we not in this nation when Buhari threw the borders open, that all Fulanis, they can get visa on arrival? Do you know what that means? Visa on arrival. And they opened the door. They all flooded in. Like they say, the rest is history. And they continued in that trajectory. The next thing was to give them land masses, Ruga, so that they will be, they will allocate them, distribute them in the 774 local governments of Nigeria. And guess who? Who was to champion that project? The one that calls himself Professor Yemi Osikpalo. If you don't know, in Benin language, Osikpalo means lizard. That's Yemi Osibajo. That was the person that was in charge of that devilish and bastardly act. And he was supported by Femi Adesina, who went ahead telling the people in Benue State that they should either give their land or they lose their life. Is it not crazy? I wonder what Yemi Osinbajo will be thinking by now, because they have come to the back of his house. They don't come on that little this thing where everybody they feed, that little green snake where everybody they give food. It don't turn to python. It's swallowing everybody now, left, right, and center. And people are still not talking. People are no longer blaming anybody. If you play down this Kanu's message today, nobody said anything again. People that were saying, I'm a divisive figure, they are not talking again. But people are making reference to him. And that brings me to the other person. That's Nwakobia. From day zero, immediately Nwakobia made that devilish statement. Me and many of us, we have been against him. Even since this time, I have been calling, there's no name some of us have not called him. Has he not fully demonstrated today? What else do you need to know? Because then when he said it, we used it to campaign. They say it was no because of campaign. Obviously, it was a stomach infrastructure thing. The PDP campaign, they must have contracted him to come and speak for them. Because what stops you from campaigning for your candidate? Why do you have to say something that was discussed with you in the bedroom? Because you want to sway the minds of the obedient, so that these people would know that, okay, this is Peter Obi's candidate. Imagine if Peter Obi was sworn in that time. These are the kind of people that will be around His Excellency Peter Obi, that at the end of the day will be wondering why things are not moving fine. The likes of Kenneth Okonkwo, maybe that one will be the secretary of the SSG or his PA or whatever position they will give to him. But those are the people, the ears that Peter Obi will have. Look at Kenneth Nwakobia today. This is full circle. And I don't know. I think it was Madame Rita that she was saying that maybe probably because of his property in Guarimpa. No. And I like Oga Naija analysis that that's just a tip of the iceberg. No, he's not afraid of anything. Kenneth Nwakobia, what's his name? Chris Nwakobia is telling the whole world that I'm available for rent. Come and contact me. He's basically advertising himself, nothing more. Anything you look at, any other way you look at it, it's just scratching the surface. The man is ready. You tell me a professor at this stage can open his mouth to say that, come on. They ask you a very direct question and you prefer to stay neutral. And you went ahead to start calling the obedience the same name that we fought against. Obedience are mob, obedience are this. The same name we attacked Professor Wole Soyinka for. Because that's their stock in trade. Whenever they talk, you oppose them. It becomes a problem. The people, the non-state actors that are using violence to overtake the country, nobody calls them mob. You are rehabilitating them and bringing them back to the society. But the people that are speaking the truth, professor, 70 years old man, as this person they talk. So a professor, you don't know the way Nigeria be, so you can analyze everything wrong with Nigeria. Yet, I will just round up. Yet, when it is time to choose, you cannot choose. You are very, very disgraceful to yourself. Thank you very much.
No, ma'am. Thank you.